So you've just been for a run, but you need a quick post-run stretch because you've not got much time, but you need to get back into your daily life but you want to stretch. This is the practice for you. We're going to start straight away on your hands and knees. And what we're going to do from here is tuck in the toes underneath like this, and then we're going to slowly rest the hips in towards the heels. Make sure the knees and ankles feel okay with this. We're just going to have a stretch of the big toes, just stretch the arches of the feet. Again, we get a little bit of compression into the ankles and the knees. Have a little bit of a wiggle left and right. Only go as comfortable as you feel. So if you need to come a bit higher up off the heels, you can do that. But this is going to put a little bit of pressure into those joints, give them a good stretch. So we're going to do a quick stretch, get you back into your day, feeling lighter in those legs and shoulders. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to step the left foot to the left hand as we come up. So we're going to come up, step the left foot, left hand, and we're just going to take that right knee a little bit further backwards to the point we can feel a stretch on the right thigh and the hip flexor area. We're going to work into the groin, ankle, knee, hip, and with hamstrings. So from here, we're just going to have a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to move about, have a little bit of a massage, keep it nice and dynamic. Dynamic stretching is the best for flexibility gains and to create suppleness in the body, release stiffness. So from here, we're going to walk the hands to the knee at the back and start to straighten this left leg. Dig the heel in a little bit and lift the toes and start with a little bit of a bent knee. Have a little bit of a stretch, bring the head down. And then we're going to walk the hands back up to the top of the mat. Again, we're moving, we're keeping it dynamic, we're massaging. So everything in that left leg now is starting to move and creating suppleness. We're walking backwards with the hands again, so hands walk back to the knee. At the back, we're digging the heel and lifting the toes. We might go a little bit deeper this time, but we want to keep bending the knee if we're feeling that stretch at the back of the thigh, at the back of the knee. So want to feeling that stretch at the back of the thigh and the calf area. Coming forwards, let that hip lunge down, get stretching to the hip flexors, really push that right hip into the floor, and we're moving through this now. In your own inhale and exhale, going backwards with the hands, dig the heel in, nice straight leg, find a good stretch through the hamstring, maybe the calf, walking forwards. Let that right hip really lunge down, take a nice breath in and out, just relax the shoulders. And we're just going to go through that one more time. Any of these movements you can pause into, or you can hold, you can move a little bit quicker, you go in your own pace. I'm here just as your little guide and showing you where you could go. Okay, nice deep lunge with that right hip. Let's work into the shoulders a little bit. So hand closest to the foot, left hand is going to open up toward the sky, get a rotation through the shoulders, create space between this right ear and this right shoulder. Take a nice breath in, find a good stretch, and as you breathe out, bring that left hand down, and then from there, stepping that left foot backwards and feel that work. It should feel nice and stretched. Have a little wiggle, hands and knees, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. I'm going to bring your hips into your heels. This time, tops of the feet are to the mat. A little bit deeper into the ankles and the knees, if it's okay. Don't go as deep if it doesn't feel comfortable. And then as we come forwards now, we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And then again, we're going to take that left knee backwards. Have a little bit of a settle into the shape. Have a little bit of a wiggle. Maybe move the hands up a touch. And start to massage and breathe as you're doing it. Always breathing in and out through the nose. Signals to the body that it's okay to relax and open up. From here, we're going to walk the hands to that knee at the back. As we do that, we're just going to start digging the heel in, bending the knee. Keep the knee bent to start. Pull the toes up. Find that stretch down the back of the leg. How does it feel on this side? And then coming forwards, nice deep lunge. Let that left hip really come down into the floor. Keep those upper body relaxed. And again, walking backwards with the hands. Find that good deep stretch down the back of the right leg. Keep breathing. Don't hold the breath at any point. And you're walking through this now, walking forwards to the top. Let the left hip sink down, lunge deeply into it. And then coming backwards, straightening that right leg. So again, you just do this a few times. If it feels good for you to pause in any of this, you take a nice deep pause, but we're trying to keep it dynamic. So moving through it to create that suppleness and mobility in the body, because that's where the most flexibility gains are achieved. What does this side feel? Okay, one more coming forwards. And then we're just going to step that right foot backwards, and we're going to have a little, again, top toes touch this time, resting the hips into the heels, just stretching the hands out a little bit further away from the head, let the head come to the floor, stretch through the ribs, walk the fingertips up, so we really feel a stretch through the shoulder blade area, through the ribs. Again, if you've been a bit tight in that shoulder area through your run with the rotations and the trunk, you need to just stretch out there. And then from here, we're going to come back up, slowly back up to hands and knees. Bring the hands in a little bit closer. Tuck the toes under, and then we're going to go into downward facing dog. So sending the hips up slowly into the air. Push your head towards your knees. And then just start to pedal into the left heel. So straighten the left leg and bend the right knee. Straighten the right knee, bend the left leg. And just go through that a couple of times on each side. Again, we're not hanging out in here too long, so just enjoy this for a short period because we're trying to maximize your quick post-run stretch. Okay, last one on each side. Coming down to your knees. We're going to carry on walking the hands all the way to the top of the mat. We're going to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. We're almost there. Hands up to the floor. Press your hands and your elbows into the floor. Lift and create a nice arch in the back to really stretch that abdominal area and create a nice bit of work into that lower back. Keep breathing. If you're enjoying this practice, this nice quick stretch, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. There are ways that you can engage with the channel, and it really does help. I see the comments, I comment back to them. It means that I know that people are enjoying the comments, enjoying the videos, and I'll just carry on creating more content like this. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe. Sorry, that's all the adverts out the way. I know it gets a bit boring and you just want to crack on with doing the video, but I have to try and encourage people to engage with my videos, otherwise YouTube will just be like, no, we're not going to push that to anyone. We'll just keep that in the dusty library. So from here now, we're going to bring the head down, rest the right side of the head to the mat, get comfortable on the right side, and then bring the left heel towards the left hip and just squeeze the left heel towards the hip and then release it. Push the left hip down into the floor and you should feel that stretch on the quad muscles, so the thighs. So again, just a gentle pulse. Squeeze the heel to the hip and then release. Squeeze the heel to the hip and then release. You're pushing the left hip into the floor. You can keep breathing. How does this side feel? We'll do one more and then slowly release. Go head onto the left side of the mat. Left side of the head onto the mat, I should say. Right foot comes up. Again, just push the right hip into the floor and pulse. Pull the right heel into the hip, then release. Right hip into the heel and release. Heel into the hip and release. I always get my body parts mixed up. Try to speak too quickly. Okay, keep breathing. Again, don't go too aggressive with this. Make sure it feels nice and soft and supple. Just to the about 7 out of 10 intensity, no more than that. We want your body to slowly open. We don't want it to tense up and resist these stretches. Okay, so how has this felt? How has this quick stretch felt for you? Again, if it has felt good, leave a like. Maybe comment if you're feeling extra generous. And possibly subscribe. Slowly release that foot. Coming back up. Your body should feel lighter. You should feel better now. Thank you for following along with me, and don't forget to like, leave a comment, share this video with somebody that would benefit from it, a friend, and thank you for practicing along with me. I shall speak to you in the next video.